BYU basketball sophomore guard Mackenzie Morrison joining us live from Tampa, Florida. Mackenzie, welcome to BYU Sports Nation.
Thank you.
First of all, congratulations on winning the West Coast Conference Tournament and getting to the NCAA tournament, but doing an even better job shaving head coach Jeff Judkin's hair. I mean, that's a professional job. How'd you pull it off?
You got to perform under pressure with those clippers, you know.
So remind us what he said, when he said it, and then what you guys did last night.
He told our coaches, Josh, our weight trainer, and then Jeff, our medical trainer, all agreed that if we took the championship at the Las Vegas tournament, that we could shave their heads, and they were all a little more willing about it from that standpoint until it actually had to happen. There was a little bit of butterflies, but when we actually did it last night. But they all did it, kept their end of the deal, and I think they all look better, actually.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good on Judkins. When did you know you were going to be the shaver, the shearer?
No, but I volunteered, and my mom does hair for a living, so I've had a little experience. So I felt confident that I could get the job done.
Oh, that is fantastic. Mackenzie Morrison joining us from Tampa, Florida. She shaved her head coach's head last night because they won the West Coast Conference Tournament. Now in Tampa, Florida. You guys had a great day yesterday, apparently, playing in the sun, on the beach. You know, what else are you guys working on down there?
Well, we are working on a little basketball, but
there's that.
we had some film this morning, watched a little bit of game prep, and we'll have our practice here in a little bit where we get a practice on the court. So we're looking forward to that.
Mackenzie, I heard there are alligators on the premises where you're staying. True, false?
That is true, apparently. I've yet to see one. My room does overlook a swampy little lake, so there are turtles in there, apparently. Haven't seen alligators, but they're apparently in the bushes. So
you going swimming this afternoon?
Nope.
Hashtag Florida problems. Mackenzie Morrison joining us from Tampa, Florida, as BYU prepares to play in the NCAA tournament tomorrow on a neutral floor against the 3-seed Louisville. Now, preparing for the Cardinals, generally in this tournament, the way it's formatted, Mackenzie, the lowest seed team will host at their venue, but Louisville, because the men's team is hosting a set of games for the men's side of the tournament, is now playing in Tampa. How much do you view that as an advantage for BYU?
I mean, that's a huge advantage, I think, for us, just because, first of all, we've been pulled all the way to the East Coast. And then, secondly, Louisville's got a pretty good fan base when they're home, and that's a tough arena to play in when you're a 14 seed versus a team that's got that many fans. But so hopefully, being on that neutral playing field will kind of level out those differences, and I think it'll be still a fun game to play against them and see what can happen.
How does going to the Sweet 16 last year help this year's team in the NCAA tournament?
I know going into it, our team is confident. We're not scared, I guess you could say, because we've kind of experienced a little bit of a unique situation last year, playing some low seeds and coming out with the win. And I think it just kind of shows that the numbers are great and all, but it doesn't determine who's going to win. And so I think that confidence helps us a lot and allows us to just play how we know how to play and just, give it our all.
I know that the health status of BYU women's basketball has been a big concern this year. Of course, losing Ashley Garfield to a season-ending ACL, and then Morgan Bailey dealing with back spasms. And she looked finally a little bit healthy at the end of the West Coast Conference tournament, but now you've had 12 days between games. How is the health of your team going into the NCAA tournament?
Doing good. We had a few days off, which I think helped everyone out. And just this past week, Bailey seemed like kind of like the player she was at the beginning of the season. I'm sure her back is, tender and whatnot, but she was looking good, and everyone seems to be a lot healthier. Heal those bruises, and we can go back at it.
After hitting 10 of 18 threes in Las Vegas, how do you carry that three-point momentum into Tampa?
Just got to stay focused and I guess just ready to go at all times. You don't know when your shot's going to be there. You don't know how the team's going to play you, and so best thing I can do is take what they give me, and I think that's just how it was in Las Vegas. I took what they gave me and just run with it.
BYU sophomore guard Mackenzie Morrison on BYU Sports Nation in Tampa, Florida. Her team plays in the NCAA tournament tomorrow against the number 3 seed Louisville. You are the obvious underdog, Mackenzie, but there's this mentality that goes along with it. Why or why not do you like being a significant underdog in the NCAA tournament?
I think I don't know. I mean, Louisville even stated, that they weren't worried about us. They kind of looked right past us. They're kind of already looking at that next game. And so, I mean, if that's how they want to look at it, or any team wants to look at it, then, I think that's only more of an advantage for us because we know how we are as a team and how we can play. And we're certainly not looking past any team, and we're ready to go. So I think going full force into that with that mentality and playing against teams that may think that they already have it is just fine because, we want it just as bad, and I guess it doesn't matter what you think.
There were a couple of teams last year that may have felt that way, and you went through them to the Sweet 16. What are a couple of keys to victory tomorrow against Louisville?
Tomorrow, I think our biggest key would be boxing out, rebounding. They're a big physical team, and they've got athletic players, and if we can keep them off the glass and pressure them as well, and stay composed, I think we'll be just fine.
Also, making a lot of three-pointers would probably help too, right?
Yeah, a few three-pointers should help. Very on top.
What's the over/under for you tomorrow, Mackenzie? We have it at 3.5. 3.5 made three-pointers. What do you think? You go more than that?
I'd certainly like to go more than that. We'll see.
Just avoid the alligators, and you'll probably be all right.
Yeah.
Mackenzie, we thank you for the time. Follow her on Twitter at KenzieMorrison23 and root her on tomorrow with the BYU Cougars, the 14 seed against the number 3 seed Louisville on ESPN2 at 4 Eastern Time. Good luck, Mackenzie.
Thank you.